Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Bulgarian moussaka. I generally make this recipe once a week because it's cheap and it lasts over 2 days, so you have 2 days worth of food for a fairly cheap price. I've peeled all my vegetables, got all them ready, peeled my garlic. The recipe will be at the start of the video and in the description. So we'll start with the onions. Don't have to be too fine. And then we do the garlic. Garlic doesn't have to be too fine either. I just normally whack it. Just run a knife through it roughly. It all cooks down in the oven anyway. Like so. Give it one quick. That'll do. So that's ready to go. Then we move on to the potatoes. 2 large bacon potatoes. It's easier this way, so you don't have to chop many potatoes. Bigger potato the better. Roughly into sort of 1 centimetre cubes. Alright, next, chop the carrots, roughly the same size as the potatoes. Right, now that's all the veg prep done. Chop the onions and the garlic, cubed up carrots and potatoes, all good to go. I'm going to cut across now to the pan to do the first start of the cooking process. Right, we're over at the stove now. I've got the pan preheating with a few sprays of oil in it. First, start off by sweating the onions and the garlic down. Sweat this down for about 4 minutes or so until it's fairly soft. Right, now this is sweat off nicely. We will add chicken mince. Traditionally, I believe it's served with pork. We had pork yesterday, so I'm not going to make pork again. Always use 5% fat mince. Never anything more than that. It's generally the cheapest one, and it's a lot better for you, obviously. And now we just want to fry that off till it's fully cooked. There we go, this mince is fully fried off now. Try and break apart all the mince as much as possible. At this stage, there's a variation on recipes, varies from town to town, village to village. The village that my girl, some recipes have, they add tomatoes to their moussaka. The area that my girlfriend's from, in her village, and her grandma, she wouldn't add tomatoes to their moussaka recipe. So at this stage, what we do next is, you've seen it in previous videos, but this spice chubritsa, really fine. It's 2 different varieties of chubritsa mixed together. I just like the mixture of both of them. It's a little bit salty as well. It's got a bit of a saltiness to it, but it's a really savoury flavour, really nice. You could also use thyme if you don't want to buy chubritsa online at a European shop or whatever, but you put quite a generous amount of this into the meat mix. So I'll do probably 4 heaped teaspoons. Give that a good mix. There we go, that's coated nicely. And then at this stage, I'll get one chicken stock cube and roughly around 150 ml of water. I don't make the full guided amount. So we've got roughly 150 ml of water in this jug. I mainly use chicken stock. It's quite versatile for everything. That goes in. It should lift up anything that's caught on the bottom of the pan. And that's the general meat mix ready to go. That's all the stove work done for now. I'll cut back across to how we construct it into the baking dish now. So we're back on the countertop after finishing all the work on the hob, frying off the minced onions and garlic. So next, I'd line my baking tray. Some people don't bother with baking parchment. I prefer it just because it's easier to clean once it's finished. So you just throw away the parchment paper instead of worrying about too much stuff stuck on the tray. What I do, all the carrots and potatoes we prepped earlier, the same spice blend chubritsa, I'll hit it with maybe 2 teaspoons. And then give it a good coat. Meanwhile, I'll have my oven preheating to 180 in the background. Then grab the mince mix that we did on the stove. Add that to all your raw carrots and potatoes. scrape out the bottom. Like so. And then in the meantime, you then mix this through the carrot and potato mix. Just a rough mix, just to make sure it's all dispersed throughout the mix properly. Only a small fold through. Make sure all the meat's fairly evenly distributed, like so. Perfect. And then we'll hit it with a very small amount of salt because the chubritsa is quite salty. A crack of pepper. Perfect. Give that another little mix. Get that pepper distributed. Doesn't matter too much as it's roasted in the oven. The pepper will get dispersed in all the juices anyway. There we go. So that's pretty much ready for the oven now. All we do now, grab our tray, empty our mix into our tray, like so. Wipe out all your juices. And then push it out as flat as you can roughly get it in all corners, because there will be a topping to go on top of this as well. So I roughly press it into the corners, and then once the carrots and potatoes are softened up, I'll give it a more thorough press to make it as flat as I can, and as even as I can get it. There we go. That's a rough flatten. And then we tin foil. Double layer of tin foil. Press around all the edges. And then that's ready for the oven. Put that in the oven on 180 for roughly half an hour to 40 minutes. Pretty much just until the potatoes and carrots are soft, and then I'll show you the next stage. Right, so for the topping, what we have is we have yoghurt, eggs, 30 grams worth of flour, can be any flour, plain or self-raising, it doesn't matter too much, salt, pepper and some mixed herbs. Normally they would use a Bulgarian yoghurt called Kiselo Moussaka. It's like a thick sour, they call it sour milk, it's a thick yoghurt, but considering I didn't have time to go to the Bulgarian shop, I'm just going to use fat-free natural yogurt, or you can use Greek yogurt. Higher fat content if you want, but we like to keep the lower fat content yogurt. So 500 grams of natural yogurt, the full shebang. Scrape all the bits out, like so. Perfect. 2 eggs. Our eggs are quite good quality, we get them from a farm shop. We don't want to buy cheap eggs from the supermarket. So 30 grams of flour in, salt, quite a generous couple pinches of salt, pepper, mixed herbs. I just give it a sprinkle, roughly teaspoon, just over a teaspoon. Give that a good whisk. So whisk, give it a quick taste for salt. Yeah, it's lovely. And I'll just leave this to the side now for the moussaka mix for the carrot and the potato to soften up, and then I'll show you the next steps. Right, we're just at about half an hour later, just over. The mix is out of the oven. All we do now is undo the tin foil carefully, mind the steam. Perfect. All of the potato is now softened up. I'll give it a good press around to try and flatten it out as much as possible. Ready for the topping. Make sure you use a cloth to swizzle around the tray. I've just got hands that are used to the heat. So that's about flat enough now. And all we do is grab our topping mix we made earlier, spread this topping mix over the top, scrape out all the sides, like so. Push the mix into all the corners, like so. Give the mix a good tap down. And then back in the oven for about half an hour or so. You want to get a nice golden, slightly over golden look to the top of the moussaka. Once it's in the oven, I normally lower the oven to 170 just so it evenly colours. About 15 minutes in, you will have to turn it around in the oven if your oven's got hot spots. But I'll cut back to when I'm pulling it out of the oven. Right, the moussaka is now out of the oven. It took just over half an hour, a little bit more, and just over the golden brown colour, like I mentioned in the previous clip. And I'll show you a portion so you can see what it looks like served. There we go. take out one portion's worth, the generous portion. And there we are, one portion of Bulgarian moussaka. Normally I put a small sprinkle of chubritsa over the top, and it's traditionally served with yogurt. A lot of people will eat this with yogurt, so I normally do 125 grams of yogurt on the side and then just eat away. Very simple recipe, cheap, tasty. You get 2 meals, well, four meals for just over £6. And it's, yeah, so simple to do. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want, and drop a comment below of what you thought, and thank you.